Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is MysteriousMrRyan and welcome back to another one of my house building videos. Ladies and gentlemen, today I present to you the Roman Villa. So the Roman Villa was an idea that came to me, would you believe, while I was actually looking at holidays. I have been wanting to go to Italy for quite some time and I actually found a picture of a classic Roman villa. And I just love the design, I just wanted to use it, so this is what I came up with. So to start off with then, what you can see is at the very back of the lot I've built the base sort of area of where the house will actually be. And then built these huge wings on either side leading out and leaving a nice gap in the centre. Now using a traditional Roman style columns on each of the wings, I've put a 2-gap interval and then actually put the columns in. Also I'll make you guys aware, as with all my builds, this particular build will have the move object sheet and unlock gameplay entitlement as well. That allows me then to place the stairs as I have so close to the columns, and will also explain how I'm able to do something with the columns here, which is something that I'm really proud of. With these stairs, by having the move object sheet on and by expanding them in this particular way, I seem to find that I can get the stairs to have the centre banisters and actually retain them. So an interesting design, but something I've never really done before, so I'm not sure if it's actually part of the base game or not, but it seemed to work really well, so again, really pleased with that. So because it is a Roman build, and as with all classic Roman architecture, you'll find some form of ridiculous, oversized and stunningly beautiful fountains in the front of the build. So this build is no exception. So you can see I've put the white trim here, and then using some of the really ultra bright wallpaper and flooring, I've basically brightened up those fountains immensely. Around the edge of the build then, what I'm doing is I'm putting this fence around. That will actually contain a little bush and also little red low flower beds. Again, it adds a touch of colour, and again with all Roman builds they would have some form of traditional garden. On the outside of the build as well, I've just opted for this basic kind of tile. There's nothing too exciting about the actual paving there. I was going to do a kind of mosaic, but in the end I just felt I wanted something quite simple, otherwise it was starting to take away from the effect of like the stunningness of the fountains. And once I actually start getting all the water jets and stuff in there, that fountain will really start to stand out and start to look good. So again, with the red banisters with the white highlights, I wanted to do the little red bushes the whole way around here, and they really sort of stick with the theme but also brighten up this area a little bit. Again, without it the garden looked a little bit dull. Originally I just fenced off and put a few bushes and plants in there, but as with all Roman stuff, symmetry is a big thing, and it's also something that I quite like as well. So went round the whole build, making sure it's completely symmetrical, or as symmetrical as I can make it. Move object sheet just going on there. Also another sheet that will be in play here is unlock gameplay entitlement. As with all my builds of late, those two cheats rearing up quite often these days. So around the fountain itself, again opting for exactly the same type of bushes. I was going to go for a different colour, but again it looked a little odd when you're walking down the path at either side of the fountain. And again this makes a stunningly pretty walkthrough for when you're actually walking up to the build itself. You have to walk either side of this amazing fountain through the garden. Again, it's just a lovely place to be, and especially when I get to the glamour shots at night, this place really starts to stand out. So as you can see, using these little bushes then, just adjusting the distance between them, and these are placed pretty much symmetrically on either side, all the way around the build at a pretty perfect gap intervals. They're as perfect as I can make them. Unfortunately, due to the actual shape and design of this, some of the gaps are slightly off and I've had to take a bit of artistic license to make it work, but again it will be symmetrical on both sides. So just while I'm going around doing this then, I just want to talk a little bit about the build as a whole. So this build itself is actually rather small. For a big lot, most of it is this outside garden bit, so there's a lot of stuff in here, but the actual lot itself only contains a couple of bedrooms and sort of not a huge area. But you could easily turn this or convert this into a much bigger area. If you were to expand those two fronts into each of the wings that I've got going on here, you could easily add an extra couple of rooms in without too much of a problem, but again that's personal preference. Also, if you're building this yourself, I would suggest taking some time on these fountains. This was a very basic design I came up with, but again I thought it worked. In the end, when I actually came to design this, I spent probably a good 3 or 4 hours just playing with different fountain designs, just trying to get something to look right. So nice big fountain in the centre, along with the little fish emitters around as well. Also put lots and lots of spotlights in here. The spotlights are very important to help give this a bit of light at night, as you can see here, really lighting up around those fountains really nicely. just putting some more spotlights around the edge there. We can see I've put a couple of leaping emitters in the 2 little wing pools at the very front there, and I'm going to put in some leaping emitters just around this big fountain in the centre, and they're all going to be spraying into the major fountain. Again, move objects cheap, making this possible. Without that, you wouldn't be able to do it. So just spreading them out again, just to get a bit of variety, all leading nicely into that centre. And when this actually works, and you'll see the glamour shots a bit later, it is really worthwhile. So moving to the outside of the build itself then, so just putting in all these columns all the way around the outside of the build, and just putting them on the corners again, just to try and stick with the theme really nicely. You're going to raise that wall up. All the walls are the mid tier, which then means that when I put in these roofs above these 2 wings, I can lower them down, get nice shallow roofs as you find with traditional architecture and Roman styles, and again, really nice. Moving to the roof of the top of the main build, again exactly the same sort of style, so trying to keep these start off with quite high, but I will shallow all these down, as you can see now. And again, sticking with the theme, I'm able to adjust the roofs a little bit, get a nice incline to them, and again overall make the build look really nice. Just putting some red trim now. This seems a bit of a strange thing to do, put the red fences all the way around the top, but that then allows me to place the exterior trim, and again using Roman style exterior trim on the first and top layers, and then putting the red trim on the roofs, and then trying to get as red as I can on the tiles as well, and again really matches the Roman style theme really nicely. Just finishing off the exterior then, putting in the last couple of columns and also some trim on there as well, and then just adjusting some wallpaper for the outside. This will not be the final wallpaper I'll use on the outside. I will actually change the colour a little bit later on, but it's just something I've put in there for the time being. Nice big shutter windows. So again, sticking traditional. I'm going to say that a lot through this build, as I probably do with most of my theme builds, but trying to keep this as in theme as I can. There will be a few bits of sort of advanced technology through the house itself naturally, but on the most part this is as in theme as I can. I think the kitchen is the only one with major appliances that are outside of the time period. So 3 big doors leading into the actual house itself. This is the main front door, so we'll have a nice big entrance hall. Well, I say nice big entrance hall, it's got 2 stairs at either side there and a couple of archways leading through. Nice light in the centre, and again just in general just a nice sort of welcoming area. So traditional style looking plaster on the walls there as well. I will change the colour a little bit of that now, but again trying to stick with the style. As we move to the kitchen then, we've got this nice stone brick effect going through on 3 of the main walls. However, some of these walls are actually now done with this nice plain white colour. With the plants, with the type of floor, that actually makes those walls stand out really nicely and make those pictures really pop off the walls. A couple of plants going in, some curtains going around, and then we move into the kitchen area itself. So a nice big kitchen. So start off then with these lovely wooden surfaces with this white tabletop as well, and a nice big area for what will be the sort of breakfast bar kind of area. Just putting some cupboards to match over the top here, just using a mix of the small and large cupboards along with a couple of corners and end pieces as well, and then putting the stove top, and that's going to be where the actual stove will sit. Just popping in the fridge then and the stove to match. Also there's a bit of technology, we've got a coffee machine and a microwave as well, trying to keep them pretty plain. And then we're going to go with some traditional kind of looking chairs on the breakfast bar. A couple of bits of artwork on the wall, doorway leading through to what will be the downstairs bathroom, and a nice big area here for what we can put down as the table and chairs. So nice big long wooden table there, chairs to match the ones on the bar there, and a nice little centerpiece plant as well. As we move into the bathrooms, this is the downstairs bathroom. So again, quite simple. We've got Roman style walls, tiles and flooring there. Trying to keep it simple. Again, I was going to go with mosaics, but I felt that the mosaics started to get quite intrusive to the design, so I opted for something a little bit more simple. So we've got a nice sink, toilet, we've got the wooden hamper there as well. On this particular side, we've got a modern shower going in now, and then these stone tile floorings, which next to the bath really look nice. We've got the plant at the back there, a couple of towels and some wooden hearts on the wall. Now we move into the living area. So this is we've got a nice orange wallpaper, traditional fire, and we've got a nice big sofa and 2 little sort of chairs either side as well. Statue in the corner, nice big writing desk as well, a couple of bits of artwork on the wall. Statue in the corner, map of the world, and even got a bookcase in with a few chairs around it as well. Just a nice place to come and sit and read as a family. So moving to the outside then, just putting a few bits of lighting in just to cover the outside trim, and just as you can see, just adjusting the colour of the wallpaper, putting in some of the flooring as well, and just carrying the lights up around to this top floor as well. Put a couple of doors that lead through to the balcony and a couple of chairs on here as well, but that's pretty much where I leave the balcony, so if you want to put a bit more on it, you easily could. Now on this top floor, just working on the floor layout and such, so just designing some of the room shapes and basically how things are going to go. So this bedroom here, just going to work on by putting in a nice sort of light neutral coloured wallpaper, hardwood laminate floor there, and light colours. So we've got a light bedside cabinets, light bed, nice light white mat, and then we've got these banks of pictures and stuff on the wall, and these particular paintings are part of essentially a set. And I really like how they look when they're putting that line together. So we've also got a writing desk in here and a bookcase as well, and also a chest of drawers with a couple of potted plants on it. A couple of desk lights as well, either side of the bedside. Subtle touch, but again, makes that room feel nice and homely. Next we move into the next of the rooms. So we're going to start off then, this is a single room. So we've got a nice curtain on the wall there, door leading through, a couple of hanging lights there. Bit modern looking, I know, bookcase. We've also got space because this is actually one of the children's rooms, so we've got a couple of children's toys and such in here. Bookcase, lights, plants, flowers. Nice big Drago, children's violin, and also the play castle as well. As we move into the upstairs landing area, so we've gone for a very similar to the outside wallpaper, but opting for that dark wood trim at the top there. Carpet up here as well with a subtle ghosting pattern through it. A couple of nice traditional hanging lights and a couple of plants either side of what will be a little bathroom up here as well. Curtains for the window and a chessboard at the top. As we all know, Romans love their chessboard, so again opting for that theme throughout the build. The upstairs bathroom then, very similar style to down below, so we've got again traditional style tile flooring, traditional tiles on the wall, modern looking toilet I know, and modern looking sink, but there again, bearing in mind the Romans were at the cutting edge of technology at the time period, so some modern looking art there, but again it kind of fits the time period quite nicely. Shower in here, stone tiles on the floor there, and also a nice sort of marble looking bath in the corner. Couple of bits of artwork on the wall as well. Just going to put in the curtains now, and there's some more artwork as we move into the next of the rooms. So this one, nice big bedroom here, and with its own little ensuite bathroom as well. So we got the nice light blue two-tone wallpaper there, dark wood flooring, a couple of plants either side of the double bed and bedside cabinets, nice lights hanging from the ceiling with a chair at the bottom as well. A nice big rug just there, just to basically break up the floor a little bit, a couple of bits of artwork on the wall as well. As we spin around to the next area, we're just going to put another couple of bits of artwork just to decorate the walls. Nice big bookcase. Naturally, you can take the books out and sit on those lovely two-seater sofas, or you can come and use the writing desk in here. So we've got a nice big writing desk as well as a lovely mirror in the edge. A couple of, again, family portraits and such on the wall, and a bedside cabinet dresser there as well. Plants just to finish it off on the two tables, and moving on to the ensuite. So again, as always with this build, traditional style flooring, traditional style wallpaper, classic shower there, a couple of rugs in the bath as well, and a towel rail just to finish off the decorative items. Toilet in there with the toilet roll and the wooden hearts on the wall as well. Just a bit of lighting then to light it up, finishing up with the sink and mirror, and there we go. So the exterior is kind of a strange thing. This is very subjective. I personally opted for the two flames either side here, and these lights running the whole length of the build. Honestly, I like how this looks, and I think that I love the way this actually looks when it's dark and this whole area lights up. However, your mileage may certainly vary, and also given the placement of some of these lights, some of these areas may be slightly more difficult for Sims to get to, especially if there's passing Sims and conflicts, so just bear that in mind. If you are using this as a livable house, some of those lights may actually be a problem, so you may need to move or change some of them. But needless to say, I have used the space fairly well. I've got a few easels out here, a couple of chessboards and some nice chairs as well. We've got space for a bar. There'll also be a space for a piano and outside table as well. Just a general nice place for your Sims to come and utilise at night or in the daytime. As you can see here, lights up really nicely, and we've even got space for a nice big white grand piano as well. Again though, as I've mentioned, if you did want to make changes, you easily could, and this area could be converted for something more useful if you wanted to. Just finish up with a nice couple of easels there as we move into my favourite parts of every build, the glamour shots. So, This build then, the Roman Villa, is available for download right now. There is a link to my page in the description down below, along with links to all my other players. Check them out. There's some cool stuff down there and you really should have a look. If you are wondering what to watch now though, as always there is a little eye in the top corner. Give it a little click, it'll take you to one of my other players so you can check out some of my videos there. Also, if you want to stay up to date with me, you can follow me on Twitter, links in the description down below to my Twitter account, and I will bear in mind that there will be a new series coming in February, sneak peek, and I will need your help, so make sure you follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with that one. For now, ladies and gentlemen, however, this has been the Roman Villa. My name is MysteriousMrRyan, and as always, stay awesome, and I will see you next time. Take care.